First of all, the MCL, I don't know if they're showing the anatomy or we have that up. So,
Ooh.
we have this I wanted to use. Actually, I like this one because we're now on the inside of the knee. You see that smaller ligament there?
Yeah.
Right there, that's the MCL. But then we also have the hamstring because a bunch of hamstring injuries. And I know I've been talking about it, and people are dogging me that I'm not being detailed enough as a doctor. So I want to get some anatomical stuff up there.
There you go.
Get the haters,
Flex on them a little bit.
Haters out. But you can see there's the kneecap, and now we're on the inside of the knee. That's the big muscle. That little ligament right there, you can see if I can point. The smaller thing, that's the MCL. And you see how it kind of bends right through, but it's not like the ACL and PCL, the cruciate ligaments, which are internal, which holds that stability. This is more the side to side. Obviously with Montgomery, that's going to be very important. Now that was partially torn, wasn't completely torn, and with some, the rehab and everything else, he's feeling 100%. I think he's 100% practice.
Secret sauce.
Going for it. Is he going to do every snap? He doesn't do every snap for a regular game.
No.
So we're going to see how he goes. He's, there's no question he's playing. The question is how effective he'll be during the game. And like with Alex Angeloni, kind of what we're repeating, we expect him to have limited snaps, and he just fired up. I mean, the adrenaline, everything went well. Played the whole game. Big factor in the game. Obviously, he's going to play with 100% for Alex, but with Montgomery, it's going to be the same process. It's going to be, let's see how he does. Game time decision, he's a go. During the game, we're going to start watching him. Like I've said it before, when Campbell's got his player in there, he plays him at 100. He expects 100% performance out of him. When the doctors are watching, we're looking for those little things that are, how's his first step? How's he cutting? How's he approaching the ball? How's he planting that foot? How's he changing directions? If he's hesitant, then that's where we kind of pull him off on the sideline. Like, is he just need that first hit to get back into game time, the adrenaline, or is he really hurting and hesitant? So, I mean, about that. We refer to it as the gears. What gear is he going to play in? He's probably going to start in that 6, 7, 8, and then accelerate from there as long as he feels well.
And that's what I was going to ask you. You're right. It is about gears. It's about what gear do you think you can get to. And if he feels like he can get to that second, third gear, then that's when it's all systems go. When do you think, and how many plays or how many series do you think it would take you guys to analyze this isn't it? Like, is it a couple of plays? Is it a full drive? Is it 2 plays? Like, what is the level of plays that you need to know if he can go or not?
We'll let him go on the first ones unless something obviously happens. Is there going to be a cheap shot? Are people going to be going for his knee? It's playoffs. I mean, all bets are off on what's going on. But basically, you want to see him. It's not going to be, we want to at least get him through the first quarter with multiple plays. It's not like 1 or 2. Okay. You want to see what he's doing like that 5th, 6th time he touches the ball. But if he's just so off on 1 and 2, then it's going to be an easy call. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be what's he doing when he's touching the ball the 5th and 6th time.
Doc, one of our Super Chat superstars, Dante151,
he's up.
Dropped in another $4.99. He has a question for you. He wants to know how hard it is to play with a fractured back because it just came out a week ago that Bo Nix has been playing with that injury since week 12.
So fractured back sounds really exciting, right? If he had a true fractured back, he's not playing another down. Okay, so when you say fractured back, he's probably got a non-displaced fracture of a portion of the spine. So there's multiple areas. There's I wish we had some anatomy of that. The big disc, the big part, the vertebral body, and then you have the spinous process, and then you have transverse process, like the joints of it. He's probably got a mild fracture in the joints of it, because if he had a true fracture, he's not playing just because of that. But is it hard to play with any type of fracture? Yeah, any instability, for sure it's hard to play. I'm sure he's getting some type of injection, secret sauce before he went on the field.
That secret sauce. What kind of pain level do you think he was dealing with?
We talked about with Darren on Tuesday. It's understanding from a physician standpoint, a trainer standpoint. Every player is different, right? You could have the same injury that Bo Nix had with another player, and he's like, I'm done. Mm-hmm. Where these guys are, we have a lot of them on the Lions. They'll go through a wall with or without, their injuries. So it's hard to answer that question. Everybody's pain tolerance is different. I mean, I'll have guys that are 300 pounds, all muscular. I stick a needle in them and they jump off the table versus my little 80-year-old pound lady who's like, is it over? You know, you did it already?
Yeah.
So it astonishes me how I can't predict pain factors. So.
Yeah, it's wild combo. Doc, do we have news on Kevin Zeiler? One of the biggest things that I was worried about with the injury of Kevin Zeiler, the right guard for the Lions, is all the pulling aspects of Jameer Gibbs, and now that you got Montgomery back, that's a guy that I wanted to be healthy for this game. What's the level of health for Kevin Zeiler?
Well, they've been resting him. I know we have the anatomy there for the hamstring to kind of cover both of those. You know, you can see if you pull that up again, how many muscles are coming in. It's not like the hamstring's just one muscle. I've always said there's multiple things going on.
Yeah.
This is the front, so we're going to wait for it to turn around. But you can see how many attachments there are. There's the inside, the outside, and you're seeing how it's splitting. You can see the bulk of the muscle right there splitting on both sides. So this is looking at you from the back and your popliteal, your space, the crease of your knee, and seeing how the muscles come. So there's a lot of anatomy there. And if you go up to the buttocks, those are all the big muscle of the hamstrings. You can see the three different heads of the muscle coming in and attaching. So there's a lot going on. So when you say hamstring, it's just a gross comment on a lot of anatomy that's going on there. But to answer your question, he's been resting for a couple of days, which I highly recommend. We're going to rest him. We're going to wrap him, and then some secret sauce being put on there to get him to play. Will he be 100%? No, he's going to be hesitant with that leg. Again, what gear? I think him at 80%, which he should be for game time, he should be very functional. He's not going to be as quick as you want him to be, but a lot of these guys are hurting. Everybody's sore and not at 100%. That's why I like Gibbs also. He's been resting his body. His body is not aching. You know this. Every 100%. Monday morning, Sunday, you're like, I wish I had like 3 more days to rest before game time. He's had like 4 weeks to rest. So the rest of his body is 100%. That knee should be at least north of 80%. I think you're going to see a very powerful Montgomery come Saturday night.
And the cool thing about it, too, like all you guys out there, everybody has played intramural basketball in the neighborhood, or football, or high school. You've played sports somewhere where you've had a hamstring strain, some of you hamstring pull. The cool thing about the hamstring is you can play, and your body knows you better not run past 71%. And if you stay at that 68, you stay at that 69, the body will reward you. The body won't pull, the body won't go that full tear. That's the cool thing about hamstrings. Like, where, okay, I don't want to go any faster than this, but he's an offensive lineman. He won't necessarily have to move like a Jameer Gibbs, like a Terrion Arnold, or like a Amon-Ra St. Brown. Some fun stuff. Red Wings, I know you're dialed in. You love the Red Wings. You've been a part of a lot of their success over these years. Seems like once they replaced their coach, they brought in Todd McClellan. Seems like things are starting to click. Seems like the players on that team have found a guy that they want to play for, and it's some new energy. The Red Wings. What does it look like to you?
Yeah,
And what are you hearing?
I mean, we're hearing everything great. I mean, he's got that blue collar attitude. And the coach before had a big attitude. He wasn't connecting. He wasn't allowing to, like. If he was being too, I gotta be politically correct.
Oh, got it.
He what is it? He wanted it to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
And the guys, it's just like, let them play, let instinct happen. These guys know how to play hockey. I don't need to teach them how to play hockey. I need them how to create that systems. He's allowing them play the systems. Let them play. Throw the puck in. Let stuff happen. Nothing. The pass doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't. You have to wait for everything to be perfect to put a shot on goal. They're shooting. Their shots on goal are up. The integrity is up.
They look more aggressive.
They're more aggressive, but they're like, it's like a weight's been lifted off of them, right? It's like, go play, go have fun. Be kids on. It's a young team. Go have fun. You have natural talent. You're an NHL player. I trust that you play. Listen to what the systems are. These are the systems we want working. Like, he picked on the goalie. I thought he was a little aggressive on picking on his goalie the other day. But, he'll find his diplomatic ways. Scotty Bowman was the master of it. And I got to watch it firsthand, the mind games he would play. This guy's playing a little bit more aggressive than Scotty would. This guy's a little bit more passive aggressive. I had to really determine it. This guy's just aggressive.
Yeah.
And you know what? They need a slap in the face, slap in the ass, whatever you're going to say. But I think they got a wake-up call that let's go have fun. Let's play hockey. You know, Yzerman, I think, is getting a little bit more. I think that quiet tiptoeing around the locker room is left. And say what you want to say. We're going to leave it here, and we're going to go play hockey.
I like it. Let's stay in that same building, LCA, with the Pistons. But hold on, I think we have a Super Chat. Made in USA.
We do have a Super Chat. It's Made in the USA really wants to shut his Ohio State co-workers up. I'm surrounded by Ohio Suckeye fans.
I got you.
Go Lions, go Blue. Maz is the man. We appreciate the knowledge. I love Dr. Pierce, and he also loves autographs because he's in the lead now. I believe he's at about $75, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Only about 3-4 more minutes to get those Super Chats in if you want to take some autographs.
We'll leave it open for a couple more minutes longer. But sticking in that same business, the Detroit Pistons, surprising a lot of people this year. JB Bickerstaff, he has those guys going. But one of the guys that they drafted last year that we expect to do good things is Jaden Ivey. Talk about Jaden Ivey and where his injury is at moving into next year, because he won't be back this year, I don't think. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he could be back in about 6 weeks, no?
He's a fibula fracture, so it's less of the anatomy. If you're going to break something, the fibula is the outside on the knee, from the knee down to the ankle. Okay. Hopefully that's enough technology for our hater out there.
Get him.
But basically, yeah. I mean, that's a fibular fracture. It was not a compound fracture. It was a displaced fracture. He's got screws and bolts in there, and he should be rehabbing. Just like Hutchinson's. We've seen the videos. He's going to follow that same thing. Get him in the water. Get him weight bearing. Change the weight bearing status. Increase. He's got to elevate. They're very comparable, what he has to do. We've talked about the fast twitch fibers. There's, we got a long run still. I mean, we got till what, April?
That's April. Yeah.
I mean,
then
we got time. I'm not counting them out for the season.
They're a playoff team. Yeah. That's just in time.
They're a playoff team. What have they won? 8 out of the last 10. The attitude. I think the Dan Campbell locker room attitude is finally moving through that Little Caesars Arena facility over there.
Definitely agree with you on that. National championship game. Speaking of playoff games,
who's playing that?
Exactly.
Who's in that game?
That's all Michigan people learn. But Notre Dame, Ohio State, they're playing. Congratulations, Ohio State. At the end of the day, look, they figured it out. They made it happen. They were the better team in this playoff system, and they're now playing against a team that is led by a coach that I absolutely love, and Marcus Freeman. What are your thoughts on this game, and are you excited to watch it?
I'm excited to watch. It's hard to root for Ohio State, but I mean, don't we have to stay loyal to the Big Ten?
No.
I'm not going to cheer for Ohio State.
Not if you're a true Michigan guy and you truly see them as your rival. You don't want them winning a national championship. You don't want them getting better recruits, more money, any spotlight at all. Am I wrong, Ray?
I pushed the button there.
At the end of the day, Michigan fan, I don't care. Like, we beat them this year. It is what it is. If they happen to win the national championship, congratulations. We won last year, and we beat them this year. So
thank you, Bray. You didn't have that to say when you weren't on the radio.
I'm on the radio now, and you asked me that question, and I changed my mind since a week ago.
Okay.
Get his ass,
You
Bray.
asked me a week ago.
Get him, Bray.
Ohio State, good to know.
I'm not rooting for Ohio State.
Get him, Bray.
I'm not rooting for Ohio State at all. I don't want Ohio State to win, but it really doesn't matter because last time I checked, Michigan has that heart where whoever wins will be getting the trophy from who, KG?
Us.
100%. Plus, who we beat this year at the end of the season?
Them.
Lions beat the Chiefs last year. Does that count too?
It does.
Did the Lions win the Super Bowl the year before that?
Wow, there's a lot.
All right, we got a bunch of super chats coming in right now.
Did the Lions win the Super Bowl the year before that? They did not.
Is she gonna read them? We got a total here. I'm gonna give you guys 2 more minutes because you guys are fighting hard. Zachary
Zach want that card.
just dropped $20. Didn't even have anything to say. He's fighting hard. And we got another one that just came in from Slick Nick. Go Lions. Love the show, you guys, and everyone at Woodward's. Shout out to Slick Nick for the $4.99. You got 1 more minute. While
do you want the update from Maria?
Maria tells us the standings right now, and if you want to try and get on top
Made in
and
the
take
USA is at $70.
And Zachary is at 84.96. Well,
Whoa.
now
Shout out Zach.
86.
Now Zachary just made it to 86. Yep.
Yes.
I like it. You
Very
got
close.
to close it. Call it.
Calling
Maz
it.
just called it.
It's done.
Zachary
Maz
came
call
out-
it?
1-1.
Zach.
Zach.
Came in second last week or on Tuesday just by this much, but he came with his A game today, bro.
Don't worry, man. There will be some special packaging coming in. I can't wait. I appreciate you guys for watching the show. We want to give you some thanks, and this is how we do it. This is dope. We're
Let's
going to get
do a
everybody
shout-out for next
involved in
week's
this.
show.
No doubt.
We're going to get some addresses of like our top 10 and kind of just do something
Hit
on
all
the
the-
close, right?
Zachary, real quick, just make sure that you text in your address. I believe.
No,
Maz
we
is
got it through
handling
Maz.
that.
Matt,
Right,
you
very
know,
good.
Matt's is going to take care of that. We leave no man behind or a woman behind at that. Last thing from you, Doc. Saturday's a tremendous day in Detroit sports. You got Detroit Pistons are playing at 4 o'clock. Lions are playing at 8 o'clock. And even the Red Wings are playing later on. Or the Red Wings later on that night away.
Right.
What are your plans for Saturday in Detroit? Are you attending anything?
I will be in Detroit on
Okay,
Saturday.
Doc's in Detroit.
We'll be debating if I'm going to the game.
Would
I
you
will
potentially
probably
do
be
both?
I'll probably be somewhere around the stadium, if not in the stadium. But I want to do a big shout out. I talked to George Gervin last night.
The ice.
He's going to
man
come on
coming.
the show next week. He's going to give some of opinions on the Lions after the victory this Saturday.
Okay.
So we're excited to have Gervin on. For those Gervin fans, they can get some questions ready. And what is it called? The Super Chat going?
That's sir.
Yeah.
We'll
Yes,
do
sir.
a Gervin Super Chat with him. And he's got a lot going
There
on
it
with the
is.
big threes, involved with Australia now.
Yeah.
He's a game above. You know, you got the arena renamed for him at that Eastern Michigan. So a lot of excitement, and hopefully the fans will appreciate Gervin coming on board.
Has there ever been a better finger roll?
No, it's not even
Did you
close.
see that
Not
finger
even
roll?
close.
No, it's not even close. The Iceman.
I think people have given up to compete for it.
That's right.
Here, real quick, one more time.
Shout out to George
Hey.
Gervin, who went to
Smoothest
Eastern
layup.
High School,
Hey, real quick.
which is now
There you
Martin
go.
Luther King, which is where I went to school. So you can say that he and I are fellow alum.
Maz, you're going to have to make sure I'm in that day. Attention sports fans, don't miss out on Expert Sports Injury Insight with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that I trust. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.